Hello. Now, before I say anything about our next archive find, I should explain that I am deep underground in the British National Radio Archive, deep underground. As I potter and poke through the boxes and crates and trunks and cupboards that comprise this rather dark and damp yet wonderful cave of mysteries, I'm always hoping to come across an episode of something believed lost forever. Like Gilbertson's gavel, the judge who meant business. While the police were trying to solve crimes, he was solving the crimes he was trying. "There'll be no miscarriage of justice in my court," he'd shout. Great stories, but sadly lost forever. But I have found a lost episode of something where all the existing episodes were thought to have been found already. Now, I'm not sure where this fits into the chronology. You decide. For convenience, I have labelled it The Orchard, an extra bite. A long-lost episode of that radio drama which wowed the nation all those years ago. It does help if you're up to speed on your Orchard episodes, so get on that playlist if you're not and catch up, but it can be listened to in isolation. So, here, now, is another episode of The Everyday Story of Country Fruit, The Orchard. Much has been happening beneath the boughs of the apple trees, and much more is about to in The Orchard, the everyday story of country fruit.
Christmas, Christmas at last.
It's Easter, Tony.
Easter? Why didn't you tell me when it was Christmas?
You had a nasty bang on the head.
A nasty one?
Yes.
How?
Remember that shelving you put up?
No.
Well, it fell on you.
Oh.
But don't worry. The Bidderdale boy is working here now, and he's very handy.
Not Tim?
No.
Tom?
No.
Tam?
No.
The other one?
I can put up all the shelving you can handle, Mrs. Towbridge. Any time.
Oh.
I'm afraid the whole cottage will have to come down, Mrs. Bidderdale, and the barn and outlying farm buildings. What? Everything? I'm afraid so.
War.
Yes, even that.
War.
Never mind your marrows, we're going to be homeless. You've no right. It was all explained in the letter. What letter? You didn't receive it? No. Oh. Well, in that case the eviction notice hasn't been legally served. The council may have to abandon its plans and leave you in peace.
War.
Ah, that's a relief your father's found it.
You idiot.
Oh? And what other letters have you forgotten to give me, I wonder?
War?
Why are you doing this? Well, it's the new railway line, Mrs. Bidderdale. It'll provide dozens of jobs and knock 5 minutes off the commute time to Napplewick Corner. Now, who works at Napplewick Corner? It's all fancy houses. Yes, but that's the beauty of a railway line. It also enables one to leave Napplewick Corner and travel the other way to Napplewick Central and so on to London. 5 minutes faster. That's an extra cup of tea, you know, for the busy working executive. A lazier morning with one's eggs and soldiers, or a chance to speak to the dairywoman about the missing sausages if one's wife has a migraine. Again, and is not up to it, apparently. But this is our home, our livelihood. Progress, Mrs. Bidderdale. You can't stand against progress. Can I not? Well, we shall see. Apples, apples, apples. Why are there so many, Jeff? Well, it's the orchard, Miriam. It won't stop. We can't sell all these and we'll never eat them all. I'm going to have a baby. I don't want another apple.
Oh dear, Mr. Picton. Mrs. Picton didn't seem very happy.
She never is. Not since she became having a baby, Colin. I don't know what's got into her.
Hormones. They can drive you mad.
Hormones do drive me mad. It's hard enough dealing with an apple glut without that.
Yeah, there was an apple glut in 1868.
What happened?
Oh, they rotted. The orchard was sodden. The apple pulp oozed down into the village and buried it forever.
Forever?
Yes, the village you see now was built in an identical form on the ruins.
Really?
So my old grandfather used to say.
Well,
mind you, they said he was mad.
Who?
The doctors and specialists and Napplewick Crown Court. But Miss Fizzbug did look like a horse. That wasn't his fault.
Never mind about that. What do experts know? Buried under apple pulp. We can't allow that to happen again.
Hello? Yes, this is the hotel. Really? Oh, I see. No. Not really. No. Goodbye.
Who was that, Betty?
The Origami Society.
Oh, thank goodness. We rely on them booking their annual conference every year. It's what keeps us above water.
They're not coming.
What? Why?
I told them. No, I said. No.
But we need the money. They don't even eat much dinner. They spend all their time folding the napkins.
I can't help that. They know the tone. I've arranged for my ladies' sewing and stitching circle to have their annual tea party here.
But that's nothing like as much.
Not all about money, Alison. They have class. You can't buy that. Mrs. Gillespie has never seen without a rope of cultured pearls round her neck.
I don't care if she's got an oyster on her head. They don't make money. The hotel's going under, Betty, don't you realise?
Well, you shouldn't run a hotel if you don't know what you're doing.
I do know what I'm doing.
Letting a shelf fall on my Tony's head. You could have done untold damage.
Oh, it's fine. Just needed a few more screws. Your adding up and taking away is coming on a treat, Tam.
Thank you, Miss Violet. I've been practising.
I can tell.
Soon I'll be able to write my own name in letters.
Well, you almost can already.
But not all of it. Only the t...
No.
No. It's not
No, it's not. It's... Yes. That's right. Try writing it on the board. Well done.
I said I would.
You did.
Do you think I'll go to university one day? Let's do Bidderdale now.
No, not just now.
I wouldn't want to go to university anyway, 'cause I wouldn't want to leave you, Miss Violet.
Oh, Tam.
Oh, Miss Violet.
Where is it, boys?
Don't know.
This is the emergency money tin, and if ever we needed emergency money, it's now.
Don't know, wasn't me.
Grandad?
Oh,
Well, it has been known. It can't be Tam, he can't open the tin.
It's the other one, it's him.
No, he wouldn't. He's earning up at the hotel, so...
Why?
As if I would. Someone's stolen it. Someone has barged in here without a by your leave and taken our emergency money.
Excuse me barging in here without a by your leave, but it'll all be mine soon.
Squire?
Yes. Didn't you know? I'm a major shareholder in the Napplewick line. Just collecting this month's rent.
Early?
Yes. Come along. I don't want to evict you and get along with the demolition even sooner than planned for more money.
Well, we haven't got it until the end of the month.
No emergency fund you can dip into?
No, it's gone missing.
What a pity. Seems like time's up then.
Hello, Alison. Hello, Miriam. How are you? All right? Not had the baby yet? Not yet. I'll be glad when I have, I'm sure. We're up to our eyes in apples. Oh, really? I don't suppose the hotel... No, I'm afraid not. We had to destroy the last batch.
Lovely, of course, but what with Betty filling the place with bottled plums... She still does that? I'm afraid so. She's very anti-apple. And pro-plum? Yes. Sometimes think we're in the wrong business. Oh, don't say that. Oh, all that. Ah, look, if it was up to me, I'd have an apple every day. But the baby, it's coming. What? Oh, goodbye. Whew, I didn't want to get involved in all that.
What's happening?
Nothing, Tony. Go and lie down. Miriam was just trying to sell us apples again, that's all.
Don't we want apples?
No, too many plums.
Mother likes plums.
Yes, I know she does. I'd better check the kitchen. Mrs. Bidderdale hasn't come in today.
I like apples. It's not fair. Hello? It's Tony from the hotel.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm on my own. Call a doctor.
Doctor? There isn't one here. I'd like some apples.
What?
Apples. I like apples, and I want some.
Oh, how many?
How many have you got?
Hundreds.
I'll take hundreds, please.
But your wife said your mother.
Don't worry about them. My head hurts.
That's marvellous. Oh, I'll send them over. It's cash on delivery.
Of course.
COD.
I'll write it down.
Now, I must call for help.
All right, bye-bye. Apples.
Another pint, Doctor? Yes, I'll take another pint off yours, the nurse said to the blood donor. Ah! Oh, that's not for me. Give them its number, I'm on call. Hello, this is the farmer's hand. Dr. Clark? No. I can't see him just now. Shall I take a message? You're having a baby. Oh, is this Mrs. Picton? Oh, we was all wondering when it would come. Really? Oh, that sounds nasty. You'll probably be screaming a lot in a minute. I remember when my wife was having our Anthea. I didn't get a wink all night with all that screaming. She started. Oh, give it here. This is Dr. Clark. Shut up. There, that's sorted it. Shouldn't you go over there? Oh, I'll send a midwife over in a while. This sort of thing goes on for hours, you know. Where's that pint? Oh, drat. I've left the midwife's number in the surgery. Well, it'll have to wait. All right. Not the pint, man, the baby. It's a natural process anyway. I interfere as little as possible.
I'm sorry I'm late. Oh, thank goodness, Mrs. Bitterdale. There's all this cooking to do. Betty's disappeared, and I'm looking at the books, and I don't know how we're going to make ends meet. What's the trouble? We've too many plums, and the guests are tired of apples. We can't afford anything else, so tired of apples? Applewick is built on apples. What about pastry? Well, we've lots of that, of course, but do you think I can give them pastry on its own? Listen, Mrs. Towbridge, you get them plums, and you get them apples, and you put them all in one pie. Together? Yes, an apple and plum pie. But that sounds insane. Trust me. It'll be the change your guests are looking for, and you've plenty of both. Yes. No, we've no apples. Here's your apple order. Jeff Picton? But how? Tony ordered them a few minutes ago. Cash on delivery, please, and if you could hurry, as Miriam is in the middle of having our baby. We've no cash. No cash? Well, I'm afraid no cash, no apples. Mrs. Bitterdale? I've got no cash. What are we going to do?
Here you are.
Tony?
I've got this.
That's a cod, isn't it?
Yes, I wrote it down.
This is always happening.
But where did you get a cod, Tony?
From the lake outside.
But there isn't a lake outside. Only the extensive lawns and half-price one child if accompanied by another 2 and 2 adults putting green. Oh, no! The grounds are flooded. Flooded? It can't be.
Mar, the whole village is being swamped. The apple glut. Oh, no! I must get back to Miriam, who's having a baby. This is too much for one day.
Yes, it's a viscous liquid of river water from the hills, carrying rotting apple mush by the gallon, and emptying shops of food and fishmongers of Munger. That's why I found a cod, which is not normally found in fresh water.
If you've nothing helpful to say, Tony, please be quiet. Now, don't panic. We get our pastry tins and we fill them up with the apple pulp, and then we add the plums as planned, then cover it with the pastry as discussed. But the guests will never eat it like that. Oh, it's amazing what people will eat when they're trapped, afraid and hungry.
That's true, that is, Mrs. Towbridge.
Oh, come on, no time to lose. Help! Help!
Is that you, Miriam?
Of course it is. I'm coming. Where's Dr. Clark?
I don't know, but I called at the district nurse's cottage on my way. The roads are terrible. We're in the middle of an apple glut, and it's all our fault. Colin warned me. The whole village will be destroyed.
Oh, just get the nurse in here.
In there?
Yes, in here.
How?
How? What do you mean?
Well, she's trapped in her cottage by an apple slide.
But I'm about to have a baby.
Well, best not just yet.
I can't stop it.
I'll fetch Colin. He knows everything.
I'm already here, Mr. Picton.
Colin, what a surprise.
I came to tell you that the apple glut is starting, but by the time I got here, well, that's become rather obvious.
Can you deliver my wife's baby?
Our baby?
Our baby?
Well, I'm willing to give it a shot.
I don't want Colin delivering my baby.
Our
baby!
I'm so sorry, Colin.
It's all right, Mr. Picton. Women are prone to be stressed at times like this, I believe.
Even so, I'm sure she isn't being intentionally rude.
Yes, I am. I want Dr. Clark.
Farmer's hand? Oh, yes, hang on. Dr. Clark?
Search the house if you like. I tell you, he only had 8 when he came in.
Wakey, wakey.
Medical Inquiry Board. What?
Pardon?
Huh? Oh. What's the matter?
The phone, it's...
Oh, give it here. Hello? Having a baby? Why is everybody having babies tonight? First thing you need to do is boil some water. By the time you've done that, the midwife should be with you. Can't get out of her cottage? I've never heard of such a thing. All right, I suppose you'll have to leave it to me. I'll deal with everything. Honestly, they expect a doctor to drop everything at the slightest thing these days. Hello, May. Listen carefully. I need you to go up to the orchard and deliver a baby for me. Yes, now. What do you mean, apple glut? Really? Oh, well, it's all right in here.
It's not, Doctor. It's coming up the path. The orchard will be the only safe place in the village.
Never mind, May. I'll go myself.
That's all the tins we have. That can't be right. It is. We've only 3. I mean the apple and plum mix. It's set rock hard.
And you ain't even cooked it yet, Mar.
You keep a civil tongue in your head. Don't you see what this means? No? Quick, all the bottled plums you have. Throw them into the river. But we've hundreds of bottles. Good. Mixed with the apple pulp, it's hardening like concrete. We can save an apple wick.
There's no way out, Miss Violet. We're trapped here.
Oh, Tam, I'm frightened.
So am I. I don't want to die.
Well, no, nor do I. Die? Is it that bad?
I don't know. Grandad used to tell us about the great apple glut. He said there was only one way to escape it.
What was that?
I mean, what was the way? I don't remember. Oh, think, Tam, think like you've never thought before. Oh God, we're doomed. He said, O.
Yes?
R.
Yes, go on, go on.
O. R. O.
That can't be all.
No, wait a minute. O. R. O. R. O. R.
Come on then, let's try.
What are you doing, you lunatics?
Squire, out of the way.
That damn Bitterdale woman. You're ruining the ground. It's rock hard. Drilling through this will add thousands to my plans to demolish the whole village, starting with your farm.
What? What?
What?
Nothing. But I demand you stop.
What are you doing with my lovely plums? Stop it, Tony, stop them! Not now, Betty. We've got to stop the apple glut.
But we can't stop the river. Mar, the water's covering the concrete-like base and filling the grounds with water.
We'll be in the middle of a lake.
No, a reservoir. There'll be enough to supply all the villages for miles. And it's all mine. Ha 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 ha!
Mine, Squire. These grounds belong to the hotel.
But the river gets here through my land.
Then perhaps we can do a deal.
Deal? All right. Let's talk it over.
Well, everything's turned out all right after all, hasn't it? Oh, my beautiful bottled plums, you Philistines! Well, I'll start again, who'll see if I don't?
There's one bottle left.
Give it to me at once.
Here you are. Catch.
It's all right, Mother. I've got it.
It's all right. I'm here now. Kettle on. Plenty of food in, I hope. Looks like I shall have to sit it out here for the duration. What's that dreadful noise?
It's a baby.
Already? I shall still have to charge you for wasting my time. Just a minute. Me?
Yes, dear. This nice gentleman carried me up.
Yes, I've been giving piggybacks all afternoon. It's important to evacuate the lower areas.
Nobody lays hands on my wife.
Don't be silly, Nick. If he hadn't, I'd have died.
Even so.
Actually, it seems to be clearing up out there now.
Well, of course it is. There was no need to panic. What do I say about panic, May?
If people were meant to panic, there'd be a word for it.
Exactly. Now, where's that tea?
Oh, I'll make it now, dear.
I suppose I better check the baby. Good evening, Mrs. Yes, everything went perfectly. You have a beautiful baby. Yes. Perhaps next time, if there is one, you won't be in such a hurry to call a busy doctor away from his proper patients.
I'm sorry, Doctor. I feel so silly now.
Quite.
Thank you for everything.
Not at all. Now keep it quiet so I can have my tea in peace.
Of course. Thank you. Here we are, Nick.
Thank you. Things are clearing up out there, then.
Yes, there's a big lake round the hotel. The newly watered apple trees are flowering already, and our cosy little cottage has been smashed to bits and all our belongings lost.
Really?
Yes, which means there won't be any evidence for that silly medical inquiry to look at.
Quite so. And the cottage was heavily insured, as always?
Yes.
All in all, May, not a bad night's work for a busy doctor.
And his wife.
Indeed. Yes, no sugar in my tea.
Oh!
War.
So that's how you got safely through the apple glut, Tam?
Yes, Mar, and Miss Violet too.
Yes, well, good.
We're going to get married.
Married?
War? Good for you, Tam. Yes, good for you it is.
Are you sure? You're awfully young to settle down.
I'm sure, Ma. I know my own heart.
You getting wed? You working up at the hotel come reservoir? You two being neither use nor ornament, and you on your last legs?
War?
The family's breaking up. I'm going inside. Tam'll need clean socks if he's going to get married.
Mar. War. Grandad's right, let her go. She do need a bit of time to herself. I'll just slip me socks off and add 'em to the basket, though, while she's in the mood. They got awfully soggy during the apple glut. I'd best go and find Miss Violet. I can't wait to let her know I'm going to marry her. What? No, I wanted Ma to be the first to know. Miss Violet's going to be tickled pink. Oh! Arr! A baby, Miriam. The first to be born at the orchard since we came here.
Yes, Jeff. We must think of a name. How about Not Apple?
No, that's not a good name for a boy.
Girl?
Dr. Clark told me it's a boy.
He told me it's a girl. Oh, dear.
We'd better make sure. I'll phone him up.
No, Jeff. You have a look.
Oh, right. Do you want to?
No. I don't want to be disappointed.
Disappointed?
I don't mind if it's a boy or a girl.
Neither do I.
I'll just have a look then. There's 2 of them.
2? What does that mean?
Twins. Don't you remember having twins?
No, everything was such a blur. So Dr. Clark's right? A boy and a girl?
2 girls, actually.
2 girls? That's marvellous.
Yes. A boy next time.
Yes, I expect so.
Oh,
There, Tony. You'll be all right.
my head hurts.
I know.
A shell fell on it.
No, that was before. This time you were hit by a jar of bottled plums.
Oh, the hotel.
It's all right.
Financial ruin.
Not any more.
Completion of sale to large conglomerate behind Alison's back so as not to worry her.
Yes.
What?
Tony, you haven't!
Has the hotel really been sold by Tony to a national conglomerate? Will Violet say yes to Tam? Do the Pictons really have twins? These questions and more shall be asked in the next episode of The Orchard. The writer this week is Marmaduke Leicestershire, the fruitery consultant is Professor Max Gravito, and the editor is Seb Haverstock. The orchard is set in a non-specified geographical location.